Hey everybody, I trust that you're all well and that you had a great weekend. So I thought I would send something today just to encourage you, something that's really been, ruminating in my heart for some time. And it's really just a guideline of how we get to live our lives as followers of Jesus. And I just want to read one verse and then I'm going to just say a few things around that. So the reading comes from Matthew chapter 14. Reading from verse 13, it says, "When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place." I know there's more as part of the verse, but I just want to stop there for a moment. So, just to give you a little bit of context in the scripture, is that ultimately John the Baptist had been beheaded. The cousin of Jesus had been beheaded. And when I read that for the first time, I just had this thought: am I reacting or am I responding? You see, if we are reacting, it means we are basing our decisions and we're living our lives as a result of something else that happens, and we feel we have to do something to make that kind of pain go away. But Jesus didn't do that. It says he withdrew to a solitary place. And how many of you have ever experienced something rather unexpected, something surprising that happens? I'm sure we can all relate to that, right? We had high hopes of something happen and it didn't happen the way we hoped for, And so it's in these moments that we have a choice to make. Are we going to be reactive or are we going to be what I call responsive? You see, Jesus never reacted to the devil or reacted to circumstances or even reacted to people. In fact, he was willing to disappoint people for the sake of being obedient to what he felt the Father had called him to do. There's that other episode where Jesus is, they're coming, or the disciples are coming to him and saying to him, "Hey, why don't you go there? Show yourself as this person. Everybody, why are you hiding yourself?" And Jesus doesn't do that. Instead, he responds. And so all of us have got our situations that we're going through, our, decisions we've got to make, or there's just things going on around us, in our families, in our workplaces, wherever we are. We make decisions every single day. And, again, just to be real with you, coming here to the States has really been exciting. It's been scary. And so many times in conversations, I've found myself being reactive, being and reacting in trying to defend myself, and I'm not taking things well, instead of responding. And so I just want to really encourage us today. We live in a world that is just so volatile, and so many things are happening all around us, on a personal level, on a political level, and so many things are happening. But I want to encourage you today. Let's stop. And just like Jesus, it says that he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. There is something about being alone with God in that solitary place where there's situations going on around us, and just to kind of stop and just to lay it before the Lord and just to stop and to listen. And I believe that's the place where the Lord wants us to be. In a place of just laying our burdens before him and actually just say, "Abba, Father, what are you saying in this situation? How do you want me to respond in this situation?" And so be encouraged today. In whatever you're facing, take the time to stop before making any kind of decision. One thing I've learned is that anything that is done in haste, if there's any kind of pressure that's forcing me to make a decision in the moment when I could actually just stop and just think, ponder, or reflect or whatever, if I feel forced, normally I'm going to make a wrong decision. So I know, there are times when we need to make decisions like pronto, like as they come along. Those are there. I get that. At the same time, as we live our lives, as far as possible, let's just take the time to stop and to pause and then to respond in our situations. So be encouraged today in any decision that you're making to respond to the Father in the situation, because we are seated with Christ in heavenly places and we have access to a higher reality. He's a God who knows the end from the beginning, and He sees what we cannot always see in situations, and He calls us to live from that place into the earth. From that place, from that reality, from that awareness, we step into our situations, we step into our workplaces, we step into conversations, whatever we face. That is the place, that is the posture from which we live. Have an amazing day, everybody. And as you know, I'm continuing on with the School of Bethel, the Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry online. And I want to invite you to do a couple of things. Firstly, I would love it if you could like this video. I just feel like the Lord is just on these videos. Like this, share it with your friends, subscribe to this channel. And lastly, if you feel a call to sow into my tuition, I'd appreciate that. And do so as you feel led. Be encouraged today as you step into your day to respond rather than to react. Much love. Chat soon. Bye.